In this section, I'm now going to examine the changing UK and Northern Ireland demographics. And I ask the question, when does old age begin? I also take the opportunity to provide some interesting data on the rise in employment of the over 50s. As predicted by NISRA, Northern Ireland Statistics and Research Agency, the population of Northern Ireland is expected to reach almost 2 million by 2026, with projected net population figures seeing little change from that figure for the next 20 years. But what is clear is that Northern Ireland is facing an ageing demographic structure. As reported by the Office for National Statistics in Northern Ireland, the population between 50 years of age and state pension age, i.e. 65, has increased by 28% between 2004 and 2017 to 350,413 people. The demographics of an ageing population is not just a Northern Ireland trend. As recorded by the Office for National Statistics, in the UK, the population between 50 years of age and state pension age of 65 has increased by 17% between 2004 and 2017 to 12.5 million. What is interesting is when we look at the population for Northern Ireland by age cohort in 2019 and then move forward 20 years, look at the population projection in 2040, we can see population growth in Northern Ireland has not been evenly spread. The largest increases are occurring in the older age bands. This will have implications for our ability to fill job openings into the future. It is recognised that living and working in a society where older people are in the majority is fundamentally different to growing up and working in a society where we have the opposite trend. And we can see from the current slide that in the year to 2019, 1 in 6 people were aged 65 and over, i.e. 316,000 people. By 2030, this is projected to be 1 in 5, i.e. 413,000 people. And by 2040, it is projected that 1 in 4, i.e. 488,000 people, will be aged 65 years of age and over. In contrast, the population of all other age groups, i.e. below 65, are projected to decline over the 20-year period to 2040. The relevance for Invest NI and its client companies is that as the population ages, so does the Northern Ireland workforce. If we look now at the changing UK demographics, and looking at this national picture, the UK's future demographics replicate the Northern Ireland picture, again placing questions over the future supply of labour. The UK population is projected to increase by 5.5% over the next 10 years to 69 million by 2029 and 73 million by 2040. In the year to 2019, 1 in 6 people were aged 65 and over, i.e. 12 million. It is projected that in 20 years' time, by the year 2040, that 1 in 4 people, i.e. 16 million, will be aged 65 years of age and over. And if we also look at the global statistics, we also know that the number of over 60s is growing faster than any other age group. So we move to ask the question, so when does old age begin? Many European social surveys back up the view that the perception of when old age begins varies across Europe. An historic European social survey records that in the UK, the view is that old age is perceived to begin at the age of 59, the second youngest of all European countries surveyed. In the UK, we have a tendency to have a work-centric view of the world, with our shift in our classification from older adults to elderly when an individual retires and has left work completely. In other words, is not part of the working population. In Turkey, they view old age at the lower age of 55 years of age. In France, this increases to age 63, with Switzerland higher at the age of 66, and in Greece at the age of 68. We now move to look at the rise in employment of the over 50s. As recorded in April of this year by David Smith, the economics editor for The Times, In Britain in the last 10 years, 3.175 million net jobs have been created, and 77% of this rise in employment in the last 10 years has been for workers aged over 50. This is quite a figure. The concentration of employment growth in older age groups is striking. 716,000 of the jobs created has been among people aged 16 to 49 years of age, with just slightly over 1.8 million of the jobs created among those in the 50 to 64 age group, with 591,000 jobs created among those aged 65 plus years of age. So why is this happening? As noted by David, a small factor is that younger people are staying longer in education, with some of it simply a cohort effect, i.e. people moving from younger into the older age groups. But David also notes that there's a bigger influence, and that's to do with pensions and the changes in the state pension age, both actual and prospect. Many older people can no longer afford to retire due to the gold standard of occupational pensions being badly tarnished. Also the changes in the state pension age. This has impacted particularly on women who have seen their state pension age increase rapidly from 60 to 65 plus. Nearly 60% of the increase in the 50 to 64 employment over the past decade has been among women. If we add in age discrimination legislation and the removal of the default retirement age, which means retiring is now a matter of negotiation, concluding that it is clear that it is a cocktail of factors that is pushing up the average age of the worker.